Okay. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's see here. Get this thing situated here. All right, sounds on. Got a few people in here already, so let's go ahead and jump on it. Let's see, got Lolita. What's going on? Steel Wolf, Marcus, Ulysses. All right. 2B. So what's going on? Man, been busy today, y'all. So I was kind of pushing it back. I was gonna get on at 5, but then I was like, can't get on at 5. Couldn't even make it on at 7. All right, so here we are, y'all. We here now. So let's get into it, man. We're gonna talk about this big fight tomorrow. That's mainly we're gonna focus on tonight. That's pretty much all. I mean, like the next 45 to an hour, we'll just talk about whatever. But mainly, that's all I have tonight, really, because some other stuff I need to do. But I'm looking at this prelim card, man. Yeah, that's the only women's fight on this one. It's the only women's fight we got up here, y'all. All right, so about 6 or 7, y'all. So let's get it in, man. Welcome back, y'all, to another live stream. Fight night tomorrow. We got Casey O'Neill taking on her big test and Roxanne Modafferi. Yep. Here we go, y'all. So it's gonna be the test here. Everybody's been hyping Casey O'Neill up. We've been seeing what she could do in her last few fights. She's on a 3-fight finishing streak. So hey, we'll see what goes on, man. I mean, on the level she's on, it looks good. But let's be real, it's the biggest test of her career right here. Let's see, 49 fights, 25-20. Dang, Roxanne, boy, she be racking them losses up when I be looking at it. Damn. 39 years old. Yeah, it's time to go. The more and more I just look at her record and the age and everything she's been talking about, it's time to go. But yeah, let's talk, man, because I'm surprised, man. I'm a little surprised that not many people are picking Casey to win this fight. Not many people are really picking Casey O'Neill. I'm a little surprised here. I mean, the masses are. The casual fans are. I'm actually picking her. Y'all haven't heard my prediction. I'm actually picking Casey O'Neill to win this fight. And it's not like I'm 100% sure, but just off of what I've seen as of lately in Roxanne and what I see in Casey, I'm just kind of basing it off of other influences, not just technical skills here. Not just technical skills and what we've seen in the past as far as resume. There's other things we have to kind of factor in here. The fact that Roxanne is on her way out the door is a big part of this fight. Also, the fact that she might not want to take the punishment that she's taken in the last few fights. That might make her apprehensive in this one, right? Make her a little gun shy. So, there's a lot of things you have to factor in on Roxy's part that could cost her a win, right? But, we never know. Then we got Casey O'Neill on one side who is committed to winning with what she has. It's not perfect, but the hunger she shows, it can get the job done if Roxanne is not the Roxanne we've seen against Andrea Lee, Macy Barber. Even the Roxanne against Viviane Araújo could beat this Casey O'Neill, but I'm just looking at the type of fighter she is right now. That's what I'm basing a lot of this off of. To be said, for the record, I feel as though the hate people are showing her is ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. But then again, there's a lot of blind fanboys too, because like people take what I say as criticism as hate. You know what I mean? Like they take what I say as hate. So I don't really know what is hate anymore when it comes to Casey O'Neal. So I'm gonna just kind of go off of what I say. You know, a lot of people think I'm hating Casey because I want to see her do better, or because I say she has holes here and there. You know, I've said that about Kayla Harrison, and then people come at me, and I'm like, man, get out of here. You know what I mean? I know what I'm talking about. You know, there's no hate there. It's just criticism. You know, when I go in on a fighter, they always say, "Oh man, you hate this person." No, I just see some growth needed here. You know, and KCO needs that growth. If she didn't grow, if she didn't need to grow, then she would be champion, right? So stop overrating her. Give it straight. That's my point. Like, give it straight on how it is. That's all I'm saying. But when it comes to Casey, like, I don't really see a reason to hate her. Like, this ain't even me. This ain't none of my point of view now. I'm talking about everybody else. Like, there's really no need to hate her because now she's bringing what y'all casual fans and what y'all fans wanted. She's bringing talk. She's bringing big talk, big game, um, heart. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't necessarily say she wanted Valentina tomorrow. You know, like her approach was a little bit more. It was a little bit more subtle than Aaron Blanchfield. So there's really no reason to hate her. I mean, why hate her? Like, really? She's young. She likes to fight. She's on weight. She always does her thing. What more do you want? The same thing with Caitlin Chikagan. You know, a lot of people don't like Caitlin. Yeah, you don't like her style, but she comes in on weight. She fights everybody. She doesn't duck. She fought the champion. What more do you want? That's why I only speak for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm only speaking for me. So when people say I'm hating her, take it how you want to take it. But I'm just saying I want to see somebody grow. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You know, because when you come at me with like Casey's stupid or Casey sucks, your argument's pretty much irrelevant. Because if you can't come with facts on why she's not going to make it, then I can't even mess with you. You know what I mean? Tell me why she's not good, or tell me why she is good. You know, but don't go on some little tirade of just saying she sucks, or I don't like her because she talked too much. That's not enough. That ain't enough. It's irrelevant. You know. But anyways, Casey O'Neal does have a good chance in this fight. That's why that's why I'm looking at, I got to do my research. Like, you got to go back and do research on what these particular fighters are fighting for. Like, remember, Casey O'Neal is fighting for the she's fighting for the rise in the rankings, right? Then you got one over here named Roxanne who never really wanted to get to that point. So it's really hard for me to say Roxy is going to go out with a bang because she never really like leveled up in the past. Like, she'll come and win. You know, she'll come and win, but she's never really like leveled up. Like, she's never leveled up to a point and to make us say like, oh man, this girl needs to fight for a title, or we want to see her fight for a title. You know, she's never really been in that realm. You know, even with Macy Barber, you know, she schooled Macy. She schooled Antonina Shevchenko, but I never really seen something that in her that wanted to go out that box. And she pretty much hit it spot on with me. You know, whenever she came out with the interview and said, I never really wanted to fight for the title. I just wanted to sign to the UFC. I mean, that's it, you know? So I think what Casey O'Neal has now is going to be very, very critical in this fight. You know, it's very, very critical going into this fight. And even off of my prediction, you know, you got people saying, oh man, like, you basing this off of Macy Barber. You ain't listen to my breakdown. Like, not at all. Because Macy Barber and Casey O'Neal, two different fighters. Two different fighters. Yeah, they talk this, you know, hype. Yeah, they tough. Yeah, they like to, you know, go where the smoke is. But Casey O'Neal has a style. She has a style that could throw Roxy off of her game. You know what I mean? She has a style that could throw her off her game. I think when I watched Macy Barber and Roxanne today. Actually, I watched that fight and I saw Roxy outstrike and outbox Macy Barber. You know, and then go in for some ground game as well. So I think in this fight here, Casey has those tools that Macy Barber didn't have. She didn't have those tools. So you're going to see Casey disrupt a lot of the footwork at times. Now, she got to go in there and really execute. You know what I mean? Like, she's got to execute. Like I said, my keys to victory, like, she has to put pressure on Roxy that she's never faced before, or at least that type of pressure like Taylor Santos was able to do, you know? And I think just with youth on her side, she's going to be able to at least try. Doing is one thing, trying is one thing, and doing is another. So we'll see. I just have to pick Casey in this fight here, man, because I think her hunger and her tools are going to put it together. You know what I mean? Excuse me. TJ, what's going on? TJ said, don't believe the hype. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Ulysses says Santos is more polished than Casey, improving. And then he said, Lafayette said, Manon will beat Casey like a drum. Oh, yeah, that's a totally different story right there. Y'all know where I'm at with that one. I ain't even going to go. Don't even bring up Manon because you know where I'm going to go with that. This is a different tale right here. But you know where I go with that. But anyways, the thing I like about Casey, the thing I do like about Casey, again, like y'all think I don't like her. I like her for the level that she's on. I like the fact that she is vocal about fighting other fighters, I mean, just don't say Valentina's name and you good, but that she wants to fight. She wants to grow. I'm looking at the presser today. She says she's the new era. Lolita said, bless you, thank you. She's part of the new era. And that's what we should be wanting right now. Like, tell me what is it you want? Like, y'all want these fighters to like, bring you your slippers at night or something and tuck you in? Like, tell me what is it you want? Like, I'm not one to overhype Casey O'Neill, but the level that she's on, I can respect what she wants to do. Fighting is not pretty. Fighting is not always giving you what you want. Fighting is a hard game, man. Like, fighting is, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. You got to go to dark places sometimes to go in there and want to kill somebody. You know what I mean? So for y'all always saying like, oh, she ain't got this, she ain't got that. At least she got something. At least she got something that some of these fighters out here don't have. Some of your fighters in the top 10 don't even want, So that's where I'm at with it. Like, I want to see Casey win this fight because I want to see a new era break in here. I mean, there's no feelings here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no feelings involved for me. That's why I can say, Manon, I think, is more polished than her, but I'm going to still give you the real and say Casey O'Neill can pull it. I want to see her pull this fight out. And I think she has the ability to do it, Yeah, TJ said, I suspect Roxy will step in there half quit already, but your comparison with Macy Barber was 100% on point. Yeah. The thing about Macy that I watched today was her lacking. BJ said Manon ain't smoking Casey. We ain't even gonna go there today, BJ. Don't even, man, because Manon, that's a different story. This ain't Roxy. I'm gonna get to the next point about Roxy, why I think Casey can win this fight. But that's a whole different story that we ain't even going that route with Manon today, man. Because we already know what Manon is and where she's headed. She's got Jessica I, and we'll keep moving forward. Like, this is the tale of Roxy and Casey. This is Roxy's final exam. So everybody, I know it's not you, BJ, but anybody else bringing up Manon right now, let's chill on Manon. I respect Manon. That's, of course, that's part of my quadruple threat. So let's chill on the Manon talk today. Let's just chill on Manon. We know what she can do, but she has a test too. All right. Let's keep it Casey and Roxy. Well, if you need examples, throw in Andrea Lee, throw in Macy Barber. But let's not talk about Manon right now. See, BJ want to keep playing, talking about Manon will struggle with Aaron. You know that ain't gonna happen. But again, if Manon is in the comment, I ain't gonna read it for now. Darby Crash said journalists are the ones that ask young prospects about fighting Valentina. It's silly because they're not ready. Right. And I addressed that. Darby. Like I said in 2, 3, 4 videos, I said, yo, these interviewers need to chill. They need to stop asking, or the fighters need to say, I'm not ready. Next question. They need to say, let's go on to the next. Valentina is a senior. I'm a freshman. You know what I mean? I didn't even pass my sophomore year yet. I didn't even pass my freshman exam yet. So let's not talk my senior year. Right? That's what it is. That's what it is. That's basically what it is. So don't say you can pass senior level classes when you haven't passed freshman English yet. You ain't ready for it. You're not ready. That's all it is. That's all I'm saying. But Roxy, the reason I think Casey can pull this win out is I think it's all about timing. Perfect timing, man. That's why I said in the video title, man, perfect timing, man, because that's the number one thing I'm really riding here is I think she's got Roxy at a good time. She got Roxy at a good time where Roxy is on her way out. And I think that's a big part of it. Like I said, her taking punishment. She might not be the same as she was in her last fight. She might want to hold back a little bit because she's been bringing that up a lot about, the potential damage she could have suffered. You know what I mean? Like she wants to go out with a bang. Somebody the other day asked me too, like, how did she get cleared? I guess it wasn't too bad. Like, they commissioned, they checked her out and they agreed she can go, So, it might just be one of those things where something could get set off. You know what I mean? Like in the right fight, you take the right amount of punishment. So Roxy might pull back in this fight a little bit. That's what I'm kind of thinking. So it's more about timing on how I think Casey can do it. Like Casey's not going to go in there and outclass Roxy. Like if it came down to a finish, it would have to be something pretty that she lands, like some big shots, perfect counter right hook, counter left hand, whatever. But even then, I don't know if she has that type of, I got I'm just checking likes, man, and make sure you hit a like. I got like 20 people and like 3 likes, yo. I'm like, y'all greedy, man. Y'all busy trying to bait me about Manon, but you can't even hit the like button. That's why I'm like, when you don't get a notification, don't blame me. You know what I mean? Don't blame me if you don't get a notification, man. Yeah, like 20 people. I ain't see nobody hit it. I was like, wow, 3? And there's way more people in here than there is likes. So I'm like, yo, you don't get a notification, don't blame me. That's why they be taking my subs and everything. But while y'all do that, let me see. Just check some comments here. Said, see what's going on. I ain't seen you in a minute. He said, I disagree. I disagree. What kind of mindset is that to have if you think you can beat Valentina? Say that she's just human. What Nunes shows you. I don't get it. What kind of mindset is that to have if you think you can or you can't? I don't think you should say it if you ain't got the skills to. If you ain't on that level yet, you don't need to be bringing up her name. He said because the last person people thought would beat Nunes is Pena. Everyone said Valentina. She couldn't even do it. So you never know with MMA. Nah, there's levels to the game with this. I mean, it come down to styles too, man. Like if you ain't on that level, don't even say it. Your mindset should just be on what's in front of you. That's how you fail. I mean, that's why you've seen other fighters fail, right? I mean, there's more proof in people calling out Valentina and failing than there is fighters following Pena's blueprint. You know what I mean? Juliana Juliana Pena, her blueprint just fit her, and it might fit some fighters like her that study a particular fighter. But if you calling Valentina out and you know your skills ain't nowhere near that, you're probably gonna wind up losing. I mean, she she said it herself, man. Yeah, man, she said it herself though. What she said, what was it she said? I just did a video. Yeah, yeah. Valentina said, everybody gets 1 or 2 wins, then they start calling me out, then they lose, right? So that's all I'm saying. They too busy being comment thread thugs. Yeah, I mean, time to call the law, man. Comment thugs. Comment thread thugs. I might have to start using that, BJ, man. He crazy. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta stop this. Pirates. That's what BJ said right there. Okay. Hold on. Robot Chicken said Roxy's live. The pick is Casey. Yeah, she's live. Don't get me wrong, she's alive. Uh, okay, but I think the thing about Roxanne, yeah, like I said, is going to hold her back is that potential threat of damage, and it's going to make Casey O'Neill come on a little bit stronger. Because Casey O'Neill says she ain't going easy, and I know Casey has been doing her research. You know, that's what it come down to. That's what it's going to come down to. Now, everything I've said about Casey in the past still stands, but I think she does have enough in her to make it hard for Roxy to get anything off the way Macy Barber wasn't able to, if that makes sense. Like Macy had no success in the first round with Roxy. Maybe she landed like one good shot, but I see Casey having a different approach because she just has a different style, you know? And that's where you'll see more success. And let's not even mention the Macy Barber fight. You know why? Because that was a few years ago. Because a lot of things change in fighters. Like, what year was that fight now? Didn't I say 3 years ago? A lot changes in that time. A lot changes in that matter of time. The blueprint has been built for beating Roxanne. Fighters with every fighter has a smaller record, so it's very much possible that Casey can still beat her. Casey may be 8-0, but there's a big blueprint on how to beat Roxanne. I mean, there's 20 ways to beat Roxanne. What year was that Macy Barber fight? Yeah, 2 years ago, right? Beginning of January 2020. 2 years ago. So yeah, we can still gauge it a little bit, but I just think what Macy had to offer in that fight was the right style for Roxy. Watching it again and again, it's just something about that particular style. But if Casey has any elements of physical strength, any elements of, effective punching and striking, and any dog in her that can just offset Roxy's footwork, that she's got this fight. And I'm banking on that. Like, I'm not saying she has any of that, the way I picked Vivian and Taylor. I'm thinking that she might have that. So I won't be surprised if Roxy wins this fight. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've said, this could be a decision. Like, nobody's getting stopped, I don't think. When it comes down to, I don't think anybody's gonna get stopped. I think Casey, I think Casey can outwork her. I think Casey can outwork her, but I don't think she'll stop her. Mm-mm. All right, so what y'all talking about, anyways? Let's see. Says see, let's see. He says something about Casey I don't like. I can't wait until she gets home. I don't think she's that skilled from what I've seen. Well, no, she's not. I mean, she's skilled on the level I think she is as well. Like number 15. But at this point, I think she has enough to go in there and out youth and outwork Roxy. That's what I'm thinking. Now, if it comes down to it, that means, hey, everything else I said in the past might have been true. But I think if she can do what some of these other fighters do, like Taylor and Vivian, if she has that type of strength, like I said, there's some things you just can't call until you actually see it. And you can analyze and say, okay, this person was stronger than I thought. See, with Taylor Santos, you see her strength a little bit more present. Even Vivian Arujo, Arujo, you can see their strength a little bit more present throughout their fights. You know what I mean? Um, when it comes to the fighters like Casey O'Neill, I'm seeing a lot of movement and chaos in her fights that kind of throw people off pressure, and just lesser opponents, like I see a lot of lesser opponents in there that just fall, they wither under pressure anyway. Like Antonina, I can't really say anything she did in the Antonina fight is going to help her in the Roxy fight because Antonina just seemed damaged. She just didn't want to let go, right? But when it comes to uh, fighters like Vivian, again, Lauren Murphy, they're just naturally strong. And that being naturally strong is going to be a very, very big part of winning a fight with Roxy. It's been proven so many times. You need some type of physical strength, right? Darby Crash, yeah. He said everybody beats Dobson. And she's gone, Procopio, she's gone. Um, Shevchenko's hanging on the thread, you know? So uh, I, I won't say she's I can't even say that. I'll say Casey O'Neill hasn't beat anyone of name, but she beat the people she was supposed to. Let's put it that way. Let's say it that way. She's beat the people she was supposed to, and she's got a matter there the way that she's supposed to. But there's still work that needs to be done. Like I said, my pick this time around, I'm really basing it off of what I think Casey can do. I'm not really going in there with the same like I did when I picked Taylor to beat Roxanne. Like those things I knew for a fact, right? But I think Casey can do certain things in there. I think she can. Now, if she can't, she's gonna go back and prove my old analysis right, or my, old analysis where I told y'all she was still green, But if any of the veterans, if any of the bottom level veterans she can beat, I think it would be her. Like I don't even know if Casey O'Neill could beat Jessica I. Yeah, that tells y'all something, right? I don't think she could beat Jessica I. And even then, if she was to beat Roxy, it's gonna be, it's gonna take everything she got. It's gonna take everything she got. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if they matched Roxy up, no, if they match Casey O'Neill up and Jessica I would probably favor Jessica I, just off of the style and the trouble that she is when she's in there. Beautiful jab from what is her name? Jessica I. Beautiful jab from Jessica I. If anything, that's the one thing she has going for her that I think could disrupt Casey O'Neill. Let's see. Yeah, like any of the bottom fighters that are pretty much on their way out, I don't see Casey O'Neill like destroying any of them. TJ, I was about to bring that name up, but I was holding back. But since you brought it up, Could she beat Joanne though? N- mm, mm, I think she has more. TJ, I think. No, I think Joanne could beat that. I think Joanne could still win that fight. I think Joanne could still win that fight. The thing is, I think she has a better chance against my girl JoJo than she does with Jessica I. Styles make fights. I think it's just a little bit more unpredictable there. You know, I think when JoJo get the hands going and the way Casey leaves herself open, it could be a beating. You know what I mean? But JoJo's always in trouble when she gets to the ground, man. She's just in trouble when she gets to the ground. But I think Jessica I is just that one test. That's why I brought her up, because people see her record and then they get thrown off. But like Jessica I is tough. Like, not really a big fan of her, but I got to give credit where credit is due, man. Like, Valentina was the only one that really like put her out, right? Put her out of her, you know, pretty much, put the bullet to her head, you know what I mean? So everybody else is, she's gone the distance with and show how tough she was. I mean, she is a bantamweight too, so I don't see too many other flyweights down here stopping her. I don't know, man. Excuse me, yo. So yeah, man. What else though? I mean, we're talking about this fight, just because like it's going to answer a lot of questions here. Of course, Roxanne, she's done. Ain't gonna answer nothing about her, but it's the only WMMA fight on the card. And just so y'all are aware, there's like 10 fights on the prelims, 5 fights on the main card. So we're gonna be watching. We're gonna be waiting. Because let's see, the early prelims start at 6 p.m. I'm gonna just lump it all together. Prelims start at 6 p.m. and they go on till 10. So the first 4 hours, we got 10 fights. Roxy and Casey are the 9th fight on the card. So Roxy and Casey are the 9th fight on the prelims. Oh, never mind. They're the 8th fight. We got a cancellation tomorrow. Got one cancellation tomorrow. Damn, Derek Lewis and Tai Tuivasa. I'm looking forward to that fight. Jerry Cannonier, Derek Brunson, and of course the championship fight. I'm also looking forward to Bobby Green and Nasrat. I want to see Bobby Green go in there and score another knockout. For real. Darby Crash said, I was in Chicago for that Val versus I fight. It sounded like she got hit with a bat. Dang. Darby, did you have the phone out? So, we gotta post some footage of that. No, I mean, you probably were trying to experience it. That's how I would be. Like, I don't even think I would have my phone out. Like, when I go to fights and concerts, I don't have my phone out most of the time. I just be trying to enjoy it. I be trying to take it in, man. Oh man, yeah, I ain't been looking too much here because I see y'all talking. BJ said Casey would stop JoJo. Nah, Casey ain't gonna stop JoJo. Submit possibly, but I don't see her stopping JoJo. Montana ain't stopping JoJo. Montana ain't stopping anybody. I mean, she'll probably beat Macy Barber, but she ain't stopping nobody right now. Like, Montana better get on her game, man. I mean, I know you don't want to talk about. We ain't gonna go into no Del. You want to talk De La Rosa after I get done with this? I know you don't want that. We ain't gonna go in on De La Rosa, are we? We ain't gonna talk De La Rosa again. No, I like Montana. I mean, I like her. I mean, I like the level she's on. Like I said, I like a lot of these fighters for the level they're on, but I'm not gonna overrate them. I think Montana has had her chances. This is third time, but believe me, if Montana beats Macy Barber, there's still a lot of questions because Macy, as we say, doesn't have a lot of tools. So Macy Barber is going to be kind of a give me in a way, right? Macy Barber is kind of a give me to Montana because we know Montana has better tools. You could say she's almost like the Lipsky fight or something like that in a way. But as soon as Montana break in at 13 and she got to fight somebody like Grasso or Manone, you know what's going to happen. Or what is her name? Jennifer Maya. Man, you know what's going to happen. Jennifer Maya versus Montana. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me what you think would happen. Montana versus Jennifer Maya. Ulysses, I think Andrade knocks Casey out with that style of fighting. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. She'll bury her. Not to be mean, but yeah, I'm being real. Buried. I mean, Andrade would put Casey O'Neill into the ground. Like literally, when she would pick her up and slam her, she's never had nothing like that. She's going into the ground. I'm talking about dust everywhere. Dust everywhere. AM said, did they ever resign Chikagan? I don't know. I don't think so. Not yet. Never. No, they haven't resigned it yet. But yeah, Andrade versus Casey O'Neill. There's gonna be some. That's why I say you got to be well rounded, man. You got to be different because you're gonna come across styles that are just nightmares, and you got to be prepared. Like Valentina's the best example of being prepared. Two Beats. I meant to read that. Hold on. Sorry. He said read my last three if you get a chance. Okay, hold on. Hang on. I'm going back up here. Okay. So all right, 2B said, I'm almost 100% convinced that everyone who thinks Casey is all hype will continue to believe this, even if she stopped Roxy in a top 10 in her next fight. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Like, 2 Beats Casey O'Neill, she's got to get the stoppage. She's got to get a stoppage to break the hype to me. She's got to, I won't even say to break the whole hype, but just a piece of it. Because people are going to say Roxy's had better days. They're going to say, she's out of her prime. But if she can at least stop her and look good doing it, or beat her and look good doing it, then I think people will start watching. They'll take her a little bit more seriously. And then if she beats the top 10 in good technical fashion, they'll stop questioning. The thing is, like I said, Casey O'Neill, like not a lot of people will see it or agree with me because this is what I see. This is my analysis. Like Casey's getting wins, but there's still a lot of technical errors there that throw people off. There's still not a complete style that she's owning yet. And there's no problem with that. She's only 24. Like Caitlin Kagan has her style, it get her somewhere. Andrade got her style, it gets her somewhere. Valentina, of course, the ultimate has her styles and it gets her somewhere. But the thing is, Casey still has some growth there. And I think the hype ain't gonna be broken until she's settled into something that she can call her own and start destroying a string of fighters and just look good, dominant, doing it. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, the hype is gonna be hard to break for. It's gonna be hard to break for. That's why I think. What was the last one you said? Hold on. Tubi said, never said I believe she's a future champion or has a chance of beating Valentina someday. All I ever did is a debate. All I ever done is debate against those who dismiss Casey as someone impressive. Yeah. Yeah. I don't. I'm. I'm not impressed yet. I I'm excited when I watch it because I like stoppages, but I'm not impressed. And that's good to hear because I mean, I make the fighter work harder. I mean, 8-0, 24 years old in the UFC, number 15. That's good enough. I mean, that's impressive, but I mean, the actual work in there, I mean, I'm not impressed. I mean, Andrade, I'm impressed with her size and how she can pick people up and slam them and you know knock you out with a one hit of quitters. You know what I mean? Like that's impressive to me. I mean, Casey's working. I mean, that's respect there. I mean, I respect her work. I'm just saying, like, impress is a big word to me for prospects. Like, I mean, what impresses you about Casey O'Neill? I guess that's the question. He said a majority of debuting females are against low level competition, so that's not a valid point. He's talking to TJ. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah. Tell me, two beats. I mean, what you see impressive about her? I mean, like I said, I like her. I mean, yeah, but I don't see a lot of impressive work that blows me away. V Kendra said, "Who are you taking for this fight?" I'm going with Casey. I'm going with Casey, but like I said, anything can happen in this fight. V Kendra, I think it's just right timing for Casey to be taking on somebody like Roxanne right now. I mean, and I'm basing this off of what I think she has, what I think she can do. But if it doesn't happen that way, then it's gonna go back to the other stuff that I've been saying earlier. Because I'm thinking, like I said, I'm hoping that she can go in there and be stronger than Roxy. I'm hoping that she can outstrike Roxy. And those are big hopes too with the striking, man. That's a big if you will. So I'm factoring those things and her being older, Roxy, and just the fact that I really want to see some new blood rise up here. Yeah. Right. Let's see. Kendra said one thing that Casey is more aggressive than the fighters Roxy has been fighting, that which could be dangerous. Um, I think Taylor Santos is the fashion of aggression that you want on Roxy. You know, if you're overly aggressive, then it might be I might have to say, oh, Roxy's gonna win this fight because if she's overly aggressive, Roxy might settle into her striking. And I think Roxy's striking is better. I think technically it's better. I think Casey hits harder and she likes to throw more. Just because a fighter likes to throw more doesn't mean that they're better. It means they just like to throw hands. There's people who like to sing that can't sing, right? Be just in the people with Casey's style don't need to be perfect everywhere. That's the point. Mm. Well, what is her particular style though? You have to be spot on with one style though, right? You have to be perfect at least one or close to perfect with one style, right? What would be her one perfect style though? Because you have to have one perfect style, I think, to uh, that doesn't throw you off. You know what I mean? Like if everything is half-assed, then you're only gonna get half-assed work. I think you still have to have something that you can rely on. Like, what is her like Juliana Pena? Her wrestling is to me her best suit. Striking is good. It's okay now. She's been working on it, but I still know her for her wrestling and her grappling. I would still rate those as A's. Something on your, I think something in your tool belt has to be an A plus at least, right? To be a champion. Every champion has to have some A plus tools in there. Some are C's, some are B's, but some has to be A plus, right? Darby said, if Casey can finish Roxy, I'd be impressed. Roxy's awkward and a tough fight to look good against. Yeah, if she stops her, like if she stopped her with like a punch, or if she submits her, if she chokes Roxy out, I will be impressed. Okay, I will. I'll be impressed because that's something that a lot of people weren't able to do. You know, even Vivian, Taylor, Lauren Murphy, Sarge, uh, none of these girls could do that as of recent. Even a lot of these girls at 135 couldn't do it. So if she can go in there and do it, I'm gonna give her some credit and say, okay. 8-0, and she submitted this girl 50 fights. But then that IQ's gonna go up to the next level, man. CAM said Casey on Twitter said that she'll finish Roxy. That she will finish Roxy more than once. What? Okay, those are some big words. Man, some big words there. If Roxy says she's going to knock her out, then I can understand that because Roxy's on her last hurrah. Roxy might just be talking crazy. She about done. Roxy going to say, I'll knock her out. I'm going to try things out that I never did. She just going to have fun in there. Well, BJ, y'all, 2B's, you got a fan of Casey right there. Casey's a bigger favorite against Roxy than Santos was. Wow, is she? What are the odds? I can't believe that. What? Well, maybe because Roxy's getting older too, man. Maybe because they know she's retiring. I think because they know she's retiring and they don't think she's gonna give it her all, so they're giving it to the fighter that's number one rookie, right? Yeah, I know a lot of people surprised I'm picking Casey O'Neill. Shoot, there's a lot of people say they like her, but they ain't picking her. Like, I mean, she's okay. Like I said, she's all right. I'll pick her to win this fight. I want to see her win. I'm tired of seeing these, hype trains. I'm hoping she's not a hype train. I'm hoping she's not a hype train here. Casey's ground and pound is not near Pena. No, it's not Ulysses. It's nowhere near. Let's see. Darby said Casey talking smack. I'm cool with that as long as they back it up. Yeah. Lolita said Valentina hasn't fought at 145. No, she hasn't. Roxy's got some good jabs though. Roxy got some good jabs, man. Don't make me pull that fight up and we're gonna watch that fight right now. Roxy was snapping Macy Barber head back, yo. I'm a little behind on y'all's comments, so hold on. 2B said the results, the fact that she imposes a wrestle, grapple heavy approach in her fights, effectively her mentality, her aggression, plus the fact that the first 2 times she ever fought, she was, yeah. Okay, all right. Wasn't deterred for MMA. Bia said her superpower is grappling. Yeah, it's growing. It's growing. Hold on. It is growing. Marcus said most of these people who have Casey as a heavy favorite are Simp Nation. Yeah, I think so. Like, I'm in no way 100% am not Simp Nation at all. But I'm picking her to win, and I want to see her win because I think she's good for the division, So, and according to everybody, thinks I'm hating on her and I'm picking her. That should tell y'all something. Right? That should tell y'all something. Oh, okay, V. Kendra says she's a negative 100 and book average is 400. Dang, maybe. Dang. Yeah, V. Kendra, that's what I thought. I thought striking was her main. I did too, because they always list her as a kickboxer, right? I thought striking was her main. B just said grappling is, but I thought striking was. They be labeling it as. And if striking is her main, then I'm like, uh-oh. I'm just saying. Like, I would consider grappling to be her main off of what I've seen. We're about to check this out. I'm not a simp, but I'm taking Casey for the finish. Oh, he going for the finish. I'm going for the decision. I think Casey's going to get a decision win. It's going to be a lot of work. I think it's going to be a lot of outworking and pressure. Because says she takes it to the ground because she gets tagged up on the feet. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what that's what it is. Then we hit them hits to the head. She be like, boom, boom. And she go, oh, gotta go to the ground. Marco Pereira said, Casey O'Neill is the male version of Sean Strickland. They both have steel chins, get a lot of punches, like to pressure the opponent until literally it's finished. I think Casey O'Neill by TKO. Dang. Do you see it competitive at all, Marco? Like, do you see any good moments for Roxy in this fight? Or do you just see her dominate until she stops Roxy? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if this pressure, like, I'm hoping this pressure is effective. I need to see some new blood in this division. I'm hoping this pressure that she has can be effective because Roxy's jab is good now. Roxy's jab is good. Roxy's jab is good. Just so y'all know, this is weed 'em out season, man. Weed them out because Roxy's leaving the game. Jessica I could very well leave the game if Manon puts it on her. Alexa versus JoJo, we don't know what could happen in that fight. I'd hate to see JoJo leave, but it could. It could happen, and Grasso could retire her. I don't know. So we'll see. Manon got to get by Jessica I. Who else? Lauren Murphy versus Miesha Tate. If Miesha Tate was to beat Lauren Murphy, who knows? Lauren Murphy might retire. Jessica Andrade's going back to 115. So the division is weird right now. It's it's becoming weird. Aim said the hype train is fast. Yeah. Like I said, look, we'll go back to this point. Like for me, I'm not basing my win off of hype or anything like that. I'm just trying to do research off of what I've seen in these fighters. When I see somebody like Casey O'Neill being a hard worker, that's what I'm basing it off of. Like, yeah, when people say she's hype, well, I mean, whenever we overhype, hype is just saying, oh man, this person's gonna be the next thing. But like, I'm basing all my, all everything I see in Casey O'Neill just off of hard work. Like that's something I can't deny her. She's a hard worker. She's a hard worker and she is a fighter. Future champion, that's a different thing. Future champion, I can't say that yet. Future contender, yeah, she could possibly be a future contender, but future champion, that's different. Getting into the top 10, You can get there. You can get there. Darby said Chikagan gotta go. She's keeping the division from flourishing by beating all the prospects. That's what I like about her, though, man. Like I don't want her to go, man, because she's still a test. Like that's bad if you got to get rid of her because nobody can beat her. No, y'all got to go in there and beat her. That's how you get better. Like Chikagan has got to stay. Chikagan's got to stay until somebody destroys her. She's got to stay. You know, I'm not gonna take the training wheels off the bike. You know, you're gonna learn how to ride this bike. That's what it is. You know, I ain't gonna hold the bike for you no more. Nope. You got to stay. That's how it is. Until you learn, that's how that's what we're gonna do it. You know, Chikagan. Yeah, like I said, man, like I know a lot of people don't like her style, but you know, she's a test. She's a test. She'll test your cardio, she'll test your IQ. Gotta stay, man. Robot Chicken said Chikagan would lose to Manon, Gatto, Blanchfield, and Santos, in my opinion. Yeah, style wise, I think Manon would have some fun there. I think Manon could do that, but there, you know, some of the others I'd still be in question about. With Santos, I think Santos and Manon could do it. I don't know if her and Blanchfield would ever fight since they train together. I mean, they might. You know, they might. Marcus and Strickland and Casey, they both have durability. You need to hit them with bricks to take them down. I'd say that about Strickland right now. Casey, I don't know yet. Like, I want to see her take some more solid punches. Like, need to see her take a good solid hit just to kind of see how she reacts. Like, she's taking some good snapping punches, but I don't think they really had like a lot of spice on them. We can't just. Robot Chick said, "Who's the last prospect she beat? Who's that? Oh, Caitlin Chikagan. Who did she beat? Did she beat? Yeah, Vivian Arujo, right? She beat Arujo. Yeah, she beat Arujo. Beat Cavillo trying to come in as a new threat to flyweight, but she stopped that. I mean, like the one that came in, you know, to me, I think was like Vivian Arujo. Yeah, she was a prospect. And I mean, a lower level prospect with Shevchenko Antonina wasn't even ranked, was she? I don't really consider her. Like the youngest I'd say was her, but I mean she's beat a lot of good veterans though. I mean, when you look at her resume, she beat a lot of the girls in the top 10. So I mean, it's not just about beating the young prospects, but she's just beating everybody, which I think is funny because you know nobody can get her out of there. Darby said Chikagan never tries to finish, content to a boring decision. If she gets cut, it's her fault. She's the female Jake Shields. Yeah, I mean, I know the UFC and MMA fans want finishes, but I mean, you can't. To me, I don't think you should cut somebody because they don't get knockouts. I mean, if they're winning, I mean that's fine. To me, it is. You know, she ain't stopped nobody in the UFC. I don't think she's boring anyway. To me, like, I mean, I really don't watch the fights just for like a clear cut stoppage, but I just don't think she's boring. Like, I mean, of course, there's more fightings that are more exciting, but I just don't think she's boring. Again, that's just me. Zama said Arujo would beat all that swag out of O'Neal. That's a terrible matchup for her. Yeah, I think Viviana Arujo would. Um, yeah, I think she would open up a few holes on Casey O'Neal. She'd have her leaking. Arujo is, oh man, Arujo's jab is just enough to get the respect, man. And her leg kicks. But the thing is, like, who's gonna last long? Like, will Arujo stay in there long enough to stop her? Will she stop her? Because she's gonna have to. Because if you go into like the third round, Casey gonna get dangerous. Right? AM said, "Did y'all see Casey try to intimidate Roxanne at the weigh-in?" I didn't even see that. Let me pull that up right now. Pull it up right now and watch the pull up the weigh-in right here. All right, y'all. I'm watching the weigh-in. Weigh-in for the last face-off. Hold on here. Here's Casey going to the scale. 125.5 pounds. Casey O'Neal. All right. Here come Roxy to the scale with her blonde wig. Like whose wig is this supposed to be? Is that she? No, it ain't a Shira wig. I don't even know who that's supposed to be. Who is that supposed to be? Roxy. Roxy didn't even get on the scale. Roxy was the one trying to intimidate Casey. She was pointing and she went straight to. She didn't even go to the scale. You did say. Did you say Casey was trying to intimidate her? Hold on. Who said that? AM. You said did y'all? Casey didn't try to intimidate Roxanne. Roxanne ran up on Casey. She didn't even get on the scale. I mean, she didn't like get in her face, but I mean, she pointed at her and then she walked straight to her. She didn't even get on the scale. So yeah, Roxanne stepped to her. So she got in her face because that's what she wanted to do. Yeah, so yeah. I don't know what that wig is, but yeah, she ran up on her. And I like the fact O'Neal stepped up. So yeah, give O'Neal some credit there. O'Neal didn't back down. She said, "Oh, you don't want to go to the scale? You coming straight to me? I'm in your face." So that's points for me right there. Oh, is that what that is, Shira? Yeah, I was thinking Shira, but I was like Shira, like after she had a bad haircut. That a Shira wig after like it looked like a Shira wig cut in a Karen form. I don't know. Karen wig look more like a Karen wig than a Shira wig. Shira wig. Well, if you don't know what Shira is, then you might be too young. No, Casey's not like super muscular. I think she could be like bantamweight one day, but she's kind of just thick. She's not really muscular though. Robert Henry, what's going on? Robert Henry said it's the last fight before me and Roxy retire from active duty. Robert Henry, what's going on? He said that before they retire. Yeah, Strickland O'Neal, they're durable. I want to see how far her durability gets up into the later, up into the higher ranks though. Casey probably could make 115 if she went on a diet. I don't think she would look good at 115. She might wind up looking like Joanna or something. Will Casey O'Neal end up splitting Roxanne's wig? I don't know. Could, right? Yeah, basically, yeah. She-Ra is He-Man's brother. Like if you heard of He-Man, then He-Man is, She-Ra's brother is He-Man. That's his sister. Yeah, Robot Chicken said, yeah, she ran up on her. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, Roxy didn't even she didn't even get on the scale and flex. She just went straight to Casey and said, I'm pointing at you. So Casey went up on her. She went on, got up on her. Yeah, Joanna did well. That's because that's Joanna. I mean, like, Joanna's body frame is different than Casey. Casey seems a little bit thicker. Like I said, Joanna, she can get thick, but like she's very slim already. You know what I mean? Like she's just very slim and wiry. That's Joanna's frame. Like she's doing well, but that's a lot of sacrifice. She really, like, you see her blame the weight in the Rose fight, right? When Rose knocked her out in that fight, she said it was the weight. So was it? I don't know, but that was her first go-to. But I think Casey O'Neal is just more of a natural flyweight, and you can go up from here. Yeah, Ulysses. I think somebody else said that. He said Blanchfield could make 115, and she looks soft, but she looks strong at 125 though. The way she handled Alpar and Miranda, she looks pretty strong though. Yeah, Joanna's wiry. She's more lean. Lean. So it's a little bit looks better on her, I think. But for Casey, just doesn't have that same type of frame. All right, let's see what else though. What is the next flyweight fight on this list we got coming up? After this fight, what do we got? When is that Macy and Montana fight? April, right? Or May? Jessica Rose Clark and Stephanie Edgar. What else is Jin Kim? Jin Kim is in a couple weeks. Hannah Goldie and Jinyu Fry. I think Jinyu Fry win that fight. Yeah, UFC 272. That's what I'm looking forward to. Got Marina Yan on. Wait a minute. Marina Yan on, or they're not even on the main card. That's messed up, man. Are they going to fix the order to this thing? Marina Yan are on the prelims. Come on, man. I mean, did y'all know that? Let me see here. Did y'all even know that? Is the order fixed? Because I'm looking at two different orders here. One has it on the prelims, and another site has it on the prelims. Like they already have the men stacked up. Kobe and Jorge, of course, are the main event. And they need to put Marina Yan on as the main event. They know that, man. Well, not the main event, but on the main card. She's already done two main events on UFC Fight Night level, but let's see, Kevin Holland. You got Greg Hardy, Edison Barbosa is the co-main event for 272. Yeah, man, they need to put one of these women fights on the main card. But no, she's on the early prelims. Yeah, they're on the early prelims. Marina and Agapov are on the prelims. That's crazy though. Yeah, I was looking at that. How low I'm Firo is their early prelims. You said check ESPN. Oh, they got the order out on ESPN. Hold on. They still putting still putting Manon on these early prelims, man. They're gonna push her as the next title contender, man. They need to put her on the prelims. I mean, she's not a boring fighter at all. Like, there's nothing boring about Manon to make her continue to fight early prelims. This is her fourth fight, right? Coming up on her fourth fight in the UFC, and they keep pushing her on these cards, man. Mastermind said Casey is young and hungry, and Roxy already stepped one foot out prior to this fight. Casey just helping her get foot out. Retirement, yeah. V. Kendra said Torres versus Dern is on the main card of 273. They should take that out of here. No, I'll leave that on there. I'll watch it. That's cool with me. But I mean, you need to put Marina and them on there. Holly Holm and Irene Aldana, are they the? No, she's fighting Ketlin Veria. That's right. You talking about that other fight? Okay, that happened back in 2020? Yeah. She put it on Aldana, man. Yeah, it's not competitive. It could be though. I'm gonna just say that could be. I ain't saying never. I mean, I'm picking Marina to win that fight, but it needs to be on the main card because they're gonna push her to be that title challenger. She need to be on the main card, and it's gonna be a good fight, regardless. If it's competitive. To me, yeah, Manon should be headlining these prelims. Yeah, like she should be on the prelims now, like headlining, man. 3-0 already. Ulysses said, "What if Rose and Shevchenko headline a card?" I thought they were going to back in April, but they put the Usman and Masvidal rematch as the main, right? I thought it was going to be Rose versus Zhang Wei Li as the main event, and Shevchenko and Andrade as the co-main event. So I thought that's how they were going to work it out, but of course they had to put the Usman fight on there, the rematch. Let's see. Mastermind said Manon and Taylor's the next new things. These two are the toughest fight for Val. This is the time to test Val's skills and how she can go as far as champion. Yeah. Yeah, Gapova, man. Marina Moreau, I wonder where she's at right now as far as what she can do. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm thinking that this is the card order because they will put Manon on like the early prelims. They will do that. It looks like it's kind of set. Of course, there'll be cancellations. Everybody moves up by default. But when it comes down to it, Manon is lower than Agapova right now. And to me, Manon should be on that prelim and not the early prelim. The early prelim is not on. It's like on what? Is it going to be on UFC Fight Pass, or is it going to be on ESPN Plus? So I don't know, man. Like, I think they should just put the ones that are really, really looking like they have potential on main cards and prelims. You know, they're kind of messing up promotion for some of these WMMA fighters like that. I mean, there's some men on here that we want to see, yeah, as a whole, but when it comes to some of these women, you got to stick at least one or two on the main card. Like, there's no mains on there. Like, I think they would do Marina Yan like that and put them, or do Marina like that at this point and put her back on a prelim when she already headlined 2 fight night cards, you know, but that's still something. So when it comes to a pay-per-view card, she should still be on the main card to me. Mark said he don't care if Manone's on these early prelims because right now it's all about getting that rank. And next we'll look for Manone to be on the main card. Well, yeah, it is, because I care, because it's about promotion. Like, these fighters, they need to be recognized. That's what it comes down to. Like, you just keep throwing them everywhere, nobody's going to see the fight. Like, if the early prelims is on UFC Fight Pass, a lot of people are going to miss it because not a lot of people have UFC Fight Pass. Of course, if it's on ESPN Plus, they'll see it, but it's part of the early card. So it's still about a promotion thing. Like, if you ever go to fights and you see very, very good fighters on like the opening card and, you know, people are still walking in, you know, they're missing out on some good action here, you know? And that's why I think this is like putting her on an early prelim with potential to get the top 10 is, you know, kind of disrespectful to me. You've already fought 3-0. These fighters, they do want to be on a bigger platform. Like, for us, yeah, we can see it early, but in their eyes, they're like, dang, like, when are they going to put me on this card when there's more people in the arena? You know, like, a lot of fighters care about that. Like, yeah, I know Joanna's one of the ones that have been vocal about like the fight in front of crowds. That's what gets her hype. You know, Manon, she probably wants to be on in front of a bigger audience at some point. You know, so yeah, I care about it. But mostly, yeah, again, for Marina, because it's how you promote and how you keep these women relevant as well. You know, Marina Rodriguez is not really a prelim fighter. Like, when they threw Jessica Andrade on a prelim, but then they moved up the main card, they realized what she was, right? So some of those placements, to me, just I look at, they do make sense to me as far as where you put them, because I don't think of her as an early prelim type of fighter right now. I think of her at least high on the prelims. And if she stops Jessica I, maybe one more person, then, you know, we'll start saying she's a, you know, like headlining prelims and maybe like the first card on a main event. You know, how they throw Mackenzie Dernway up there. You know, Mackenzie, yeah, they'll throw her up there in a minute. So I just want to see them do the same for somebody like these fighters that be putting in the work. Because again, it's all about promotion. We will continue to hear people say, I don't know who so-and-so is. So it's time to start putting these women in them places where they'll be seen. Yeah, Robot. And it turned, and that's sad because, see, when the prelims look better than the main event, that's telling you that something is off about the the arrangement. Because yeah, Edson Barbosa, you know, I like him. You know, he's a good fighter, but co-main event too. You know what I mean? Like, you put him as co-main event, somebody who's, you know, been there and done that. Go ahead and throw some new blood in there. You know, give the main card a nice treat. Throw somebody like Manon on there, something like that, or Marina Rodriguez, somebody that has potential to defeat Rose. Open the main card with her. Okay, yeah, ESPN Plus. Okay, yeah, so all of the fights on ESPN Plus. Mark said Malone will get hers out of the mud. Yeah, they gonna make her work. I noticed that. Like, yeah, I thought that too, V Kendra. I said, you know, put Manon and Cyril Gahn on the same card. You know, put them, you know, French card together. That would be cool. That's good promotion. Robert Henry said Casey O'Neill defeats Roxy by stoppage. Not only will be the craziest pick I've got right, but also the biggest, even bigger than Andrade beating Caitlin Chikagan. Yeah, that'll be bigger. It's gonna be bigger. And I'm gonna be live for this one too, y'all. It's gonna be a minute before I get on because it's like the 9th fight on the prelims. But yeah, we're gonna be live for this one. Let me know if y'all gonna be on because yeah, well, I'll be on anyway. Y'all join me tomorrow when the fight starts because I will be calling it. Robot Chick said Greg Hardy shouldn't be on the main cards. Exactly. And when they're better fighters, exactly. Like Greg Hardy, like still hadn't really like done anything to me to make me say, okay, he's like this main card attraction that everybody coming to see. I can see him on the prelims. I would have gave that spot to Marina. And 2B said, I 100% disagree. In fact, 95% of MMA fights I watch are the women, and I'm a man, but the reality is in general, most fans don't care about women's fights as much as men's. In fact, consider them lower. That's why you ease them in, like I said. You got to put, my thing is you got to give credit where credit is due. Like if you put certain fighters in that position that they earn, people are going to watch though. You still have to ease it into, like you do with Valentina, bring that type of fighter in, Marina Rodriguez, people like Rose. You got to give the same chance to Marina Rodriguez, because shoot, I watch the prelims, but if you ain't got anybody good on the main card, I ain't gonna buy it. I ain't gonna buy it. But as far as getting the women right promotion, of course you ain't gonna make an all women's main card, but you still need to put it one or two in there because they're gonna be open minds to it, and they're gonna be the fans like us that will say, "Oh yeah, it's gonna." It's going to really, really shoot this person's exposure through the roof a little bit. You said more eyes on the prelims in the pay-per-view. That's where you should want to fight unless you're the main event. I don't know. The pay-per-view, that's the big attraction though. Because more eyes on the prelims, I'd see more people in the audience, like even on the early prelims. We talking early prelims for some of these fighters out there. They need to be on the main card where the money is, because more eyes were on the prelims, they'd be putting the champions on the prelims, right? Robert Henry said, I might do a quick live post-fight reaction video once the fight with Roxy and Casey ends. He said, maybe. I tell you what, you got to do it 100% if Roxy wins. 100% if Roxy wins, you have to do it. You have to do it. He said, ain't even worth the $6 with all that buffering. You know what? I ain't had problems with buffering in a while with ESPN Plus. So I had to give him some credit here. Like I used to have a problem with him buffering, but I haven't over the past few seasons now. Like maybe a good 7-8 months now. Now, when I first got him, I was about to throw my phone across the room. I was about to do something to get on ESPN's list, man, because in the beginning they were having some buffering issues. UFC Fight Pass 2, they would give me a black screen while I hear the sound, but it's been a little bit better over the past few months. I don't want to jinx it though. To be said, maybe it's the most effective business model, even though I disagree. But they essentially choose the stars let it rather than let them organically develop. Yeah, they go with what's safe, I guess. They go with what's safe. Yeah, what's guaranteed. Was a guaranteed. But I think again, like if you have a fan friendly style, to me, you should really be looking at that. That's what it comes down to me as well. Like fan friendly styles, you should be pushing up the rankings. Like y'all be quick to put Mackenzie Dern and Macy Barber up there. Yeah, some ways that fan friendly style Barber is that. Dern can be that at times. But I think fighters like Minoan have a fan friendly style. Marina does too. Let's see. Rob Harry said, usually the biggest fight before the main event starts is the last fight in the regular prelims. That's proven to be the most watched pre-pay-per-view spot. Yeah. Yeah. Almost like when everybody's getting inside the arena, almost like when you're physically there. But let's see. What else, man? That's about all I got for tonight, man. Like I said, I just want to get on here and discuss this Roxy Casey fight one last time before it goes down tomorrow. We're gonna jump on live tomorrow whenever it starts, and we'll watch it together. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, closing thoughts. Let's see. I'm picking Casey. I am, but I understand anything can happen in this fight, man. Anything can happen in this fight. Believe me, I know that. Like, this is Roxanne. I'm just thinking here, off of what I've been seeing, Casey O'Neill will not fall to the Macy Barber curse and get schooled in that fashion, because I think she has the tools that can offset Roxy. That's what I'm thinking now. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking style-wise, this might be a little issue here where Casey can get off what she needs to and get that work in. That's what I think can happen. But if Roxy gets into a groove and wants to go out with a bang, she might go in there and show everybody, look, I'm 50 fights deep, and this young buck right here is about to get humble, right? So yeah, I do want to see a new face too, new blood, pump through this division, But I tell you what, boy, if Casey loses, a lot of people gonna be like, oh man, like, because y'all gotta remember too, there's a lot of pressure on Casey. You know why? Because if she loses, she gonna be knocked out of the top 15. She gonna be unranked again. Y'all don't forget that. Because Casey is number 15 right now, right? And Roxanne has the ability to knock her out of the rankings. But if Roxy exits, then she might come back in by default, right? We know how that works. So yeah, she's got a lot of pressure. Move up the rankings or get knocked out of the rankings. Yep. Jamin said Marina is by far the most complete striker in WMMA. Very good striker. I get the main answer I need for what we spoke about. He said, I get the main answer I need for what we spoke about. 1 to 22nd as far as yay or nay. Okay. He said, Jamin, one punch KO would shock me though. Yeah. One punch KO from either of these fighters would shock me. All right, Robert Henry says, as if I would be on if Casey wins, especially by finish. Yes, sir. Good night. Mastermind said, if Casey wins, just get her the fight with Valentina already. No way. Get the casket ready. Right. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. Good conversation. As always, I'm gonna get up out of here now. We will be on tomorrow. Like I said, make sure y'all hit the like button so notifications go through. Y'all can always know when I come on. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And yeah, I'll catch y'all tomorrow on Fight Night. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.